Isaiah, talk about the adjustment coming from Arkansas to here and what that's been like for you.
You know, it's been a smooth transition. It's SEC to SEC, so I kind of knew what to expect, but it's a little more professional here. So I'm loving the transition and I'm loving Oklahoma.
What do you like about this offense so far? How do you feel like you fit in?
John likes to push the ball downfield, and that's my specialty, big plays, and just being explosive. And I feel like this is the perfect offense, to suit my gameplay.
Is it a hard one to learn, or how's that been, just picking up the playbook and stuff?
I've been in a lot of offenses, so all the plays that we've run, I've already run it before. It's just the detail of how Coach Arbuckle wants it. That's the biggest thing for me right now.
Is the language different, or the way they call the plays different for you?
It's a little different, but it's all relatively the same.
How helpful is it to have John, that just be a guy out there on the field that's been in this offense and he can get you exactly where you need to be?
I mean, from day one, you just knew John was different. Just the way that he carries himself, just the aura that, comes with him. Like, it's just crazy. Everybody knows that he's that guy. And whenever he's on the field, you can see that too.
You mentioned he likes to push the ball down the field. Just what has been the last few weeks like building the connection with him?
John's the type of guy, it doesn't matter the play. Whoever's open, he's going to get the ball to. He has a great sense of vision, for the field. And, he has a strong arm. And, he's trying to get it out quick.
From the highlights, it looks like you're having a great spring. Are you having a great spring? Do you feel like you are?
I always hold myself to a high standard. I feel like there's some plays, I could have made that I didn't make. So, I try and, look at that there's always room for improvement and not look at the good of what I did,
What's standing out about that wide receiver room just as a whole? You guys, getting comfortable on the field.
I mean, I would say everybody's a playmaker. And from the 1, 2, and 3 group, we're all playmakers. And, it doesn't matter who's out there. The ball is going to get pushed down the field. And like I said, big plays are going to happen.
What stood out to you about Giovanni so far?
He's a bigger guy, but he's really smooth. He runs really good routes, and he's just a smooth guy. And, he's pretty fast, pretty physical. I mean, he got all the tools, but y'all are going to see this season, he's a really good player.
Did you know much about him, when he was at Pine Bluff? Is y'all in the same state at all?
Or? I had played him, Arkansas had played Pine Bluff, and he was talking about our DB, so I had saw that, but I didn't make the connection till he had came here that, that was him.
John always talks about gadgets every time we talk to him, that he has more gadgets now that he's been in the offense 3 years. Do you feel that? Do you feel like there's a lot of offense, a lot of things to do in this offense?
Yes, sir. I mean, at any point, John can, change up the play, so you always got to be ready for that. And, like you said, he has a lot of gadgets. He has a lot of tools. He feels comfortable back there. So, those checks and stuff for him are like, it's really easy. It's really muscle memory for him.
You mentioned his aura earlier. How would you maybe describe just his personality as a teammate?
He's always going to bring a smile to your face. Like, he's a funny guy, but, when it's time for business, it's time for business with him.
How dynamic can you and Gion be since he's been getting back out there?
He's a really good player. He's quick, fast. I like watching his routes. Like, I'm a guy that likes to, I like to watch other people and see what they do good. He's an explosive player, so I feel like we're going to work very well together.
I know you both played a lot of slots, so I guess what's that dynamic kind of like on the field? Or you guys able to shift outside some and kind of get both of you on the field at the same time?
At my prior institution, they had me run a lot of slot, and, that's what I have on film right now, but that's not all I can do. I can move inside, outside, whatever. I'm a playmaker, so wherever you want to put me, I feel comfortable.
Are you working at a punt return and kick return too?
Yes, sir. I'm working at both of them.
How's that going?
It's been pretty good. It's really windy here in Oklahoma, so you got to watch the ball all the way in.
Yeah.
Thanks, Isaiah.